Cheers.
Every time.
Hey, I'm used to you having like an 8-minute video, not this 30-second counter thing.
Well,
Cheers, everyone.
They just get to see us faster.
Happy Saturday. Thanks for being here. Okay. Let's go. Let's get this started.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's effing go.
Okay. That's a spicy drink. Let's see. Who's here? Torup and Top Dog and Randall Erickson all here nice and early. Bourbon Drop. Nice that you were able to go live tonight and send people this way as well. So thank you. Cheers. Dave Vogel saying, hope you're enjoying your very beginning of your retirement. We had a good time.
I hope you're not hungover tonight.
Well, he's here, so hopefully not. Chris Jenkins, cheers to you. Thanks for being here. Oh, apparently NASCAR's going too.
All right.
Let's see. Who else? Chris Jenkins dropping links, being a great.
I'm so happy
great
you're
mod.
back, Chris.
Yeah. Charles is here saying cheers. Wanting to trade samples. Dennis is here. Cheers to you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being a patron.
Yeah. And Bill Reynolds is over on Mark's chat.
I'm like, how can you not pronounce that?
Well, sometimes my mouth doesn't make the right sounds. You know, I it's not a complicated name. It's just I struggle. John Wade, cheers to you. Thanks for being here. Silly Yorkie whiskey for me. Let's see. Who else? Rob Rhodes, Piper John. Douglas Papa's here. Rick Moreland's here. Cheers to you guys. Hazmat Compton, nice to see you. Barrel House is a new member.
Hey, welcome
Thank
to
you.
the family.
Hope you enjoy our silly videos of us trying to guess things. Sometimes we do good, sometimes we do terrible, but I have fun making
It's always a good time making fools of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Larry 3R, cheers. Thanks for being here. Jeremy Dirks, Mark Gale. Oh, see, wanted to know how that retirement life is. We're jealous. The Whiskey Shaman, cheers. Mr. Richie J, cheers. Whiskey Joker, cheers to you. I like bourbon a lot. Baba Yaga's here. Scotty is here. Christian is here. Michael Bortner. Barrel House became a member on our channel and then popped over there to chat in Mark's chat. Well, thanks for being in both chats. Cheers. Let's see. Who else do we have?
Did you say hi to Scotty, or did you just roll past him?
I said hi.
Okay.
I said hi.
Well, hi again, Scotty.
Just finished a small dram on Driftless Glen Casey's Black Diamond. I don't know anything about that, but a name like that I would imagine is pretty good.
Yeah, we've only had one Driftless Glen. It's not available near us, and it was a Bourbon Junkies pick.
A long time ago.
And actually, I sent a sample of that to Dave back when we very first met him, and I think we turned him on to Driftless Glen. He's probably got 100 bottles of theirs now. But we only had that one. Not out here.
Okay, well, we are caught up in chat. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Thanks
everyone.
for being here.
Thanks for being here. I'm just Laura's echo tonight.
Please don't do that all night long. I don't think I can handle that. I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
Well, welcome to the show, y'all.
And the stream is over. Good night.
Yeah. Saturday night with our friends. It's like the highlight of our week. So thank you all so much for showing up and hanging out and partying with us. We got a fun show tonight. If you saw the thumbnail, you kind of have a guess as to what it's all about. But we have a guest backstage. This was actually his challenge idea. We were going to do it on his show, but 9:30 on a Thursday is kind of rough for Laura when she works at 5 a.m. on Friday. But Mark was gracious enough to move his family time around, and we got it scheduled out. We actually swapped these samples
A while ago. I don't know.
a couple months ago. But yeah, we'll bring Mark out in a second. Just a couple quick announcements. The patron live tasting We put out the list of everybody that was invited. We've had some people contact us that had conflicts with the schedule and they gave up their samples, so we've invited some more people. Everybody that is invited now has been contacted and confirmed, I believe, but one. So samples are going in the mail on Monday. The live tasting is happening on Thursday, June 19th at 6 p.m. Pacific. Once you get your samples, you can open the box, but don't open the samples. And, we'll all meet up then and go through them all on a private live stream. We have some giveaways tonight.
Of course.
We have 2 free giveaways, 4 2-ounce samples in each of those giveaways from our collection. We're going to put a hashtag in the chat, and it looks like the hashtag is going to be worst. Hashtag worst. Keeping with tonight's theme. So if you want some free whiskey from us, put that hashtag in the chat, and about halfway through the stream, we'll do the first drawing, we'll drop another hashtag, and then we'll give away the second one. And then we've got a patron-only giveaway tonight. If you're a patron at any paid level, and Dennis, Trish, and Rusty, Professor Rusty's Workshop just joined our patron, the 2 newest members. We'll get you added to the wheel for these. If you watched our live stream last week, we tasted these whiskeys and talked about them. Gave some of those away. We're going to give them away to our patrons tonight, or at least one patron's going to get both of those. It's the Bond. Those are a 4-year and a 7-year MGP whiskey that was bottled by a new distillery in Kentucky. We have Elevated Flight tonight. It's a wild turkey flight. We've got the Russell's 10 LLME, 2-ounce sample of that, the new Wild Turkey 8, the Wild Turkey 8 Japanese Export, and the Jimmy Russell's 70th. So Super Chats will get you entered into that drawing. We've also got that sticker that you see right there in the middle, the Trashy Summer. Since we've kicked off our summer, we'll be giving away that sticker probably tonight, and maybe next week will be the last week for that one. So if you want that, Super Chat and you get it.
There you go. We got one super chat. Thank you, Gandy Rowe. It says cheers, everyone. Cheers to you.
Odds are looking good, Gandy.
The Rye Guy is here as well. Peter White, Vermont Niska, William Hall, and anyone else that I missed. Cheers to you. Thanks for being here.
All right, let's bring out our guest.
Our guest, Mark at Northwest Bourbon.
What's up, Mark?
Howdy. What up? Thanks for having me here, and thank you for agreeing to do this ridiculous challenge. Appreciate you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking. This is my control pour in my horse soldier glass. I love horse soldier. But it is Wild Turkey 101. So I thought it was kind of cool that you have a wild turkey fight. I'm like, oh, cool, that's my control pour.
That might actually be in one of your samples.
So this was the last one with the Christmas scarf on it on base, and it was on sale for like $18 or something crazy, or 21 or 19 something. It was on sale, and so I had to get it because my Wild Turkey 101 was almost gone. And so I just fresh popped it while you were doing your intro, and gave some love to the Infinity bottle, and first whiskey of the night.
Yeah.
There we go. Sounds good. Maybe we should have a control pour.
Yeah, we have a cocktail right now. I think I will pour us a control pour. The cocktail is it's got a couple ounces of Still Austin rye.
I wouldn't have guessed there was
and
rye
then
in there.
this syrup that Laura made that's got, I don't know, it's got a bunch of spice in it.
Cloves and whatnot.
It's very spicy. I put too much of the syrup in it. A half ounce was too much.
Well, it was meant for a cocktail that was very tart, so.
What do you want for your control, babe?
I don't know, whatever you can reach.
I'm going to reach you the John J. Bowman single barrel, and I'm going to grab the Cooper's Craft.
Okay, that sounds good. Either one of those sounds good.
Those are solid. Both solid.
100 proofers on the dot. It's a great control point.
Absolutely.
I don't
Do I
think
sound
anything. Okay? Yeah, you sound great.
To
Okay,
us,
good.
anyway. Hopefully to everyone else.
If these are the worst whiskeys on your bar, I don't think there's going to be any Brown Foreman, but I could be wrong. So maybe I should have went with something different.
No.
Wooden bill or something.
There was one of them that I sent you that I had to check to see which one it was, because there's two that are pretty similar that I own, and I think they're both absolutely terrible. And I sent you one instead of the other, because I don't know why the variety is pretty diverse when it comes to the four that I sent you that I think are the worst on my bar. They're very different from each other, and so this was really fun to put together.
Ooh, how exciting. We
But-
actually, I think we had disagreements about what we sent you.
One of these bottles is near and dear to Laura, and I think it's trash.
So maybe you'll like one of them or a couple of them. We'll see. But a lot of our stuff that we really don't like, we have given away. So that was also
Yeah, Big Cat when he used to come around a lot, he would take some trash bottles off our hands willingly.
And the shit show supervisor.
And Rob Franklin, shit show supervisor, he took our fish whiskey, the Claremont Steep. So you didn't get any of that stuff.
No, oh man.
I know you were looking forward to it.
I'm gonna start pouring these samples.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour mine. Laura, you can catch up on super chats here. What were you gonna say, Mark?
I was just gonna say that the conversation, like what we just had, is how this idea came to fruition. We were chatting one time about a whiskey that we really didn't like, and we were like backstage after a few hours of drinking. And I'm like, I bet you my whiskey's worse than your whiskey, you know. And so that's how this came to be, is just the kind of challenge of, I bet you my worst whiskey is worse than your worst whiskey. And I want other channels. I want other channels to challenge me on this. I want it to have like a big
and if you win, do you really win?
Yes, you do have the worst. Congratulations.
That was a terrible decision.
Okay, we did get a couple more super chats. Silly Yorkie whiskey for me. Thank you for
Thanks,
that.
Tracy.
Mark Gale says it is turkey time. Cheers.
Thanks,
Thank
Mark.
you. West Virginia bourbon guys here. He says cheers. Top Dog says put me in. Professor says cheers to all in chat. Dave Olsang says gobble gobble, and then it's got some potatoes.
Oh my goodness, A and
whiskey
C are so light.
Yes. Well, I
Goodness.
think A from you is also pretty light. Whiskey Shaman, yeah, Venmo is always okay for people that know the Venmo.
Yeah, I actually just got a Venmo. I'm logging into it right now.
Okay. And
We got the rye guy. We got you, buddy.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Mom, cheers. Thanks for hanging out with us. Dustin, cheers. Michael Bortner, thanks for the super chat. Love John Che, sipping on Evernorth Single Barrel Rye. I'm sure that's delicious as well. Okay.
All right.
Oh, look at that. Top Dog doesn't have any worst whiskeys because he pours them into a 6-gallon infinity blend.
Whoa.
So if they're that bad, how is it like a big batch of bad whiskey then if the worst stuff goes in there?
So we actually just found a way to use like bad whiskey. I Googled, what to do with bad whiskey. I don't want to like just dump it out or anything.
Right.
And I don't want to just give bad whiskey out in samples either to people, because then they stop showing up wanting your samples, right? So they actually recommended doing a fat wash. So I took a bottle that we had cracked open and had a sip out of, weren't really into it and wasn't going to drink it. So I melted like a half a pound of butter, and I put it in with this whiskey and shook it all around and let it sit, and then shook it up again and let it sit. And I did that 2 or 3 times throughout the day, and then put it in the freezer for the butter to re-solidify.
Right.
And then filtered the butter off. And that fat wash bourbon made some of the best old fashions we've ever had.
Oh.
Out of a
So-
whiskey
So-
we didn't love. So,
So now you
Yeah.
use it for cocktails.
Yeah, and we went through that whole bottle relatively quick. I'd say about a week and a half. So I just made another batch tonight, and I did another butter one, and then I did a bacon fat one. We're gonna see the difference between them.
That sounds pretty
hopefully they
interesting.
turn out good. If not, we didn't love the bottles and weren't drinking them anyway. So,
Yeah, and Scotty, we got your Venmo. Thanks so much, buddy. We got you in for the wheel.
okay. So, are we're trying to guess what this is? Is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, the
or
same
what?
same kind of score sheet that we do when we're doing a regular blind battle. It's
Okay.
just we're doing a regular blind battle. It's just with terrible whiskey this time.
With terrible whiskey. Sounds great.
And the goal is to lose.
The goal. Well, what makes you lose? Is it because you
No,
did
we can
the
do
worst, or
we'll
because you
do-
drank the worst?
we'll do the points and stuff like usual. The only thing is that you know how usually you rank them, like which one you liked. The only difference with this is that you're choosing which one is the worst out of the fight,
Gotcha.
as opposed to
Okay.
choosing your favorite.
Okay, love it.
Yeah, usually we would choose our favorite in the fight. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and get on the nose on Alpha.
Yeah, I'm nosing this one as well. Smells a bit crafty.
There is not a lot
It
going on
smells
here.
sweet though. Bentley's here. He's lurking.
What's
He's
up,
editing.
Bentley?
I kind of like the smell. It smells like young and sweet.
Smells like Honey Nut Cheerios.
It's not the worst smell, but it does smell young, like corn whiskey.
And Bentley, I absolutely loved your video where you compared the Handy and Schiller Old Fashioned with the Penelope Old Fashioned. I think I like the Handy and Schiller better, just as like something I can drink more often. But that Penelope's fantastic, and the price is amazing. It's just super sweet. I can only drink like one of those and then have to switch to something else, which is why I would say the Handy and Schiller would be better for me.
And Donner Pass Whiskey, yes, it's live on both channels. Mark wanted to make sure that his viewers saw it and were able to watch, so it's streaming on both.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody in our chat can see everybody in your chat, so we put it on the screen because you can see everybody's comments on the screen.
Yeah.
But if that's annoying, we could take it off too.
I don't care. I'm gonna drink this. Cheers. Thanks again for doing this with me.
Cheers, buddy.
Appreciate you guys. Ooh,
All right.
there's rice spices in there. Oh my goodness.
Mark's loving it. I can tell.
Those rice spices turned into scotch somehow. There's like a smoky scotch thing going on, but at first it tasted just like a really thin rye.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
now
was
remember,
weird.
you asked for this, buddy. You're not going to be drinking anything good tonight, but your control pour.
Man, you would think if they finished it in a scotch barrel, then it would have a little more color to it, but maybe not. Weird.
I know what one he's drinking without the key being there. I can tell. JL, thank you for the super chat and the little turkey. Bourbon Baller Lee, cheers. Thanks for being here.
Oh, damn, Lee's in the house? What's
He's
up, Lee?
here.
Lee messaged me earlier, and I'm probably going to go up to see him again pretty soon, Mark. So I will let you know what day that'll be, and we
Cool.
can coordinate. I'll pick you up.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Well, I don't hate the first one. I mean, it's not something I would reach for, but I don't hate it. It's sweet and young and simple, and
It's one that would probably make it into a fat wash.
Probably. But I mean, it's not the worst thing I've tasted. So it's not terrible. I'm feeling good right now.
I feel like I've had this before, maybe.
I feel like we have plenty in our collection that taste just like it.
I mean, everybody in chat, you guys know what we're dealing with here. You love to support your local distilleries. So you go out, you do a tour, you do a tasting, you bring a bottle home. Yeah. And then you revisit it a couple weeks later, and it's not what you remembered it being. Mm-hmm. And it's on the younger end of the spectrum and very grain forward and crafty tasting, and that's what I suspect we're dealing with here on Alpha.
And then he'll reveal it, and he's like, "This one's $200."
I'll tell you what, though. I did a video or a live stream with Doc Martinez from Old Fashioned Ways Plus and the Whiskey Shaman a couple Sundays ago. And we had exchanged world single malt whiskeys. So it could be from any country in the world except America. We excluded American single malts. And I had a sample of a Tasmanian single malt that was 23 years old and was $1,000 bottle. And it was...
Wow.
The tasting notes were armpits and anus.
Oh, so sad I missed out on that.
I didn't drink their other stuff. Maybe their other stuff was just really good. He just called me in. He texted me. He's like, "You got to come in here and smell and taste this whiskey. It's so bad." So of course I had to come taste it. And I didn't. I thought it was fine.
It was straight up BO.
It was okay. It wasn't.
And the more time I spent with it, the BO kind of transitioned into like a hardcore rhubarb smell.
I could go with that more. It was like a tart, fruity type for me, not BO. I was not getting onions or any kind of weirdness like that. Canadian Chris, thanks. Some people are packed and ready to go. I am napped and ready to go. Oh, good, you napped. You're not going to fall asleep.
Usually he takes a little nap and just sleeps right through our stream.
Can you do me a favor and highlight Cowboy Whiskey Adventures comment about Skunk Brothers?
Let's see. This one? That's me and Skunk Brothers Distillery?
Yeah, Skunk Brothers Distillery. He's an Air Force veteran or Navy. He was in the Air Force or Navy. I don't remember. But because his job was he was a one of the like pilot firefighters. Like he was a firefighter, but they would jump into like when there's
smoke jumpers.
Right, and they have a bourbon called Smoke Jumper. And so the one he's talking about was their Bourbon Road or something, and I did not like that one. I did not like it. And so if that's the only bottle you've ever tried from Skunk Brothers, get the Smoke Jumper. It's way better. That's why this bottle is almost gone, and I've got to order another one because it's almost gone. But the Smoke Jumper is really good.
Now, didn't they have like a flavored whiskey too, like maybe peanut butter or something like that?
They have a few, like a chocolate cherry, and they've experimented with doing a lot of things to try to find, something that they can make that people would want to buy. So they do a lot of experimenting and playing around the way that most creative people that would do this as their full-time job would do, is try stuff out, see what people like, and then make a shitload of it.
Well, I have moved on to the second sample, and I'm not looking forward to tasting it because I do not like the smell of it at all. I think the first one was way better.
Go up just a little to Peter White's comment there. So he has a Tasmanian single malt, Sullivan's Cove American Oak, not in anybody's list of worst whiskeys. So the one that we had, it was actually Rare Hair, the Tempest. So... And I don't know, Rare Hair obviously had to have sourced this 23-year-old Tasmanian whiskey, and it was finished in something weird too, I believe. But yeah, $1,000 bottle, and it was just awful.
I was thinking on the nose that I've had this one, and now that I tasted it, I don't. It it's better than the smell. It's still not.
It's got an odd note to it.
It is odd. I don't. I gotta figure out how I could
It's a
describe
little
it.
peppery.
So I was thinking on the nose that it was the, like 5 malted. What is that one? 5.
5 malt stouted mash.
Yeah.
No.
Or I was thinking it was that one, and then I tasted it, and I don't think it's that. But it.
Okay.
It's malty
need to-
smelling.
Bravo. Bravo needs to cut their heads more. Remember when we were at Copperworks, you talked about the heads, give it the soapy flavor if you don't cut enough and chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't cut the tails enough, you get that old, wet, dirty towel and wet cardboard. If you don't cut the tails enough, they definitely need to cut their heads more because you get that soapy nail polish right up front.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm having difficulty on the proof on Bravo because I can't tell if it's like an oak spice or an ethanol.
I mean, it's got a decent color to it.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like this is a double oak product.
You do? I just can't get past that, like malted something. Something
Yeah.
is malted.
I think it's a young double oak.
I'm writing down your comments.
I could see what you're saying. Like on the back end, it has that sweet kind of burnt note.
Yes.
On the front, I don't know what that flavor is though.
It's Honey Nut Cheerio transitioning into char. But I think it's definitely hotter than Alpha.
I think so as well.
But I don't know by how much. That's where I'm struggling. I think that double oak added some spice to it, if I'm correct. And I'm probably not because I have a trash palate. You all know that.
You'll be surprised how good your notes are right now.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Look at that.
And not 100% for the reason that you would think.
Maybe our flavor notes are we're nailing the flavor notes.
No,
I do
well,
not like the smell of that at all.
I'm gonna hydrate before I go on to Charlie.
Gosh,
that is a
stinks.
solid plan.
It straight up
We have not-
stinks.
We've been on for almost half an hour and we haven't hydrated yet. Cheers to the hydrating.
Everybody in chat, hydrate.
Get some water.
Drink more water than whiskey.
Oh. Chris said,
Speaking
cheers
of,
to
I like
Sean,
your
so
Warriors,
Sean must be
Warriors
here
and whiskey shirt.
Yeah, I got. This is the one with the American flag on the back that has the
The bottles and the
bottles.
blends.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's pretty nice.
That's
one.
awesome. Yeah, super cool shirt.
I feel like he's on their website all the time buying stuff. He's like, "Oh, look at this one! It's real awesome." I'm like, get another shirt.
Nothing wrong with new shirts.
No, it looks nice.
I've got a set of shirts from, God, probably very early 2000s that are like dive bar shirts, and they're all falling apart, and they're got holes in them, and they're covered in paint, and Laura just absolutely hates them.
Yeah,
but I
do.
refuse to throw them away because there's a lot of sentimental value to those shirts.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But I'm
I've
getting
got
new
a lot
ones
of
now.
shirts like that I need to retire. And I wear them all the time. Got holes in the armpits and
Quality. They're very comfortable, I'm sure.
Jeremy
super
Dirks, we got you on the wheel for the giveaway. Thank you, buddy, for the Venmo.
Oh, I like the smell of the third one a lot more. Charlie.
Charlie, you went to ROTC. You know that alphabet.
I can read the bottle.
Phonetic.
It says Charlie.
phonetic alphabet.
International Phonetic Alphabet.
I hate it. It's like pet peeve when I hear somebody just make something up. When they're
like cops.
People on the phone that call to get you're paying a bill or something and they're repeating back to you and they're like, yeah, A as in apple pie, B as in boy. I'm like, no, there's a legit phonetic alphabet. You can't just make stuff up. Just to let you know, November is November. It's not never or whatever you said was wrong. Like, and I was like, I'm not. I told this lady, I was like, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk. I'm just letting you know that there is a correct way to say that. And I don't want to sound like a pretentious asshole when I say that to you, but I don't want you to just keep saying it wrong to other people too. That it's not the right way to go. And she's like, you know what? I really appreciate you correcting me. I don't think anybody's ever corrected me when I have gotten one of the phonetic alphabet things wrong before. And I'm like, you're welcome. I'm glad you took it that way.
So I work in the operating room, and like sutures come in they're letters usually. They'll be like, go get me a CP1 or something, and I'm like, okay, I can't tell if you're saying CP or CT or, and so then sometimes people know the correct way, and they'll be like Charlie Paul, and others
Charlie Papa.
well, sometimes they'll say whatever. They'll say I don't care what they say. But they'll make up like the weirdest words that I still can't tell what letter it is. And I'm like, okay, still don't know. Like you got to change your words.
Your Charlie's throwing me for a loop, buddy.
Your Charlie's terrible.
Okay, what notes are you getting? Like apple pie, though. I'm gonna start saying that instead of alpha. Apple.
It smells like a cleaning product. There's some light, faint citrus, but it's not citrus enough to be lemon or orange or lime or something. It's a indescript citrus, right? Smell a little bit of alcohol, but mainly just that, like, not good citrus note.
Every time I taste Charlie here, I get something different. Like the first time it was getting like this black tea note, and the second time I got kind of an anchovy note.
I did not get an anchovy note.
I can't believe you just said anchovy.
And Wyatt, you're 100% correct. He learned the military way, the International Phonetic Alphabet, and then as when he had to learn law enforcement, he mixes them up, I can imagine.
Are they different?
They are.
Like purposely different?
Because we say alpha, they say atom, and
oh, weird.
You know, just different things like that.
Torup says T for Torup, right? Bentley, A is in asphyxiation.
T for tango.
Yes, we will just make up all kinds of words now.
Man.
Wow,
that is
I am
just
like lost on this one.
I have a very specific description for how I think that Charlie tastes. And it's absolutely not what you described. But I have a very clear picture in my head of what Charlie tastes like.
It's very bitter on the end, like something burnt, but not like in a good way where you get like the char on the barrel. Like they burnt something. Burnt something while they were cooking it.
It went wrong.
It went wrong, and they were like, bottle it up. Bottle it up. We're gonna sell this. People are gonna love it. And you know what? Looking at the color, maybe that's what happened, because it is darker. But it does have this sweet part to it as well. But the bitter at the end is really, really what I'm getting. Oh, man.
This was such a great idea. Did I say that? I'm trying to keep telling myself this. This was a good idea.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun.
Yeah, the only winners are those watching at home that don't have to drink these.
That are like, yeah, I don't want that one. That doesn't sound appealing to me.
No. I just figured out the cleaning product, that indistinct lemon. It's like the hand wipes, or the antibacterial
Yes.
wipes for your
You
counter,
got a
or ones for
Clorox
your
wipe.
hands. I'm telling you, whatever Charlie is, smell it, and you're like, you pop that plastic lid to pull a wipe out, and it's that the fake lemon smell. That is what, and it translates to the palate. Thankfully, yes.
I got to have some more water.
I'm with you.
I'm still struggling on this one. I don't.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm not gonna guess it.
What?
I mean, I'm not gonna get it right. I can guess something.
Well, yeah,
I'm not gonna get it right.
I don't think I'm getting any of these right, but it's fun to guess.
That sip was better. Maybe I just had like a tiny drop. Like, it's got to be diluted with the saliva to make it better.
That's how you make your whiskey better, y'all. You dilute it with your saliva.
All right, I'm guessing that's an American single malt. And I'm just gonna throw like 86 proof. Because some really young American single malts have that kind of that citrusy note to it, to where it's like I could have been Scotch, but Scotch beat me up, and so now I'm an American single malt.
Barrel House nail polish and floor cleaner. I hope you drank a lot of antibiotics before you started.
Show me the proof is here. Cheers, all. Cheers to you. Piper John talking about his dad's ham radio call sign there. Whiskey Tango something or other. I missed it. It scrolled up.
Oh, Mr. Jiggs says he's gotten that weird citrus cleaning product note on some Frey Ranch. Just saying.
Oh, really?
You know, if we would have had Frey Ranch, it probably would have made it into this blind because we have
100%.
had some real bad bottles from them.
Frey Ranch Farm Strength Batch 12 specifically is 100%.
Avoid it at all costs.
Yes.
It is livestock exhibit at the county fair on a hot August afternoon.
Oh my goodness.
And what's great is we shared it with quite a few people and they agreed when Troy, they were like, I don't like this. And then he gave that note and they were like, yeah, that's why I don't, that's what I'm getting.
That's exactly
Thank you
it.
for describing it so clearly.
So
Okay,
Bourbon
moving on.
Baller Lee said, pour it down the drain. I've shared with you guys before, there's only been one bottle that I've ever bought that wait, no, I didn't buy it. I take that back. There's only been one bottle on my bar that I literally just poured out in the backyard. And that was the Black Velvet caramel flavored whiskey.
Oh, wow. And
I was
you only
like, you're
poured it
gonna
out
take-
because Aaron wasn't around then.
The cheapest Canadian whiskey that tastes terrible, Black Velvet, and then you add artificial caramel flavoring to it. It was terrible. My former sister-in-law got it for me for Christmas one year because she heard I liked whiskey. That is the only bottle. That's the only bottle I poured out, like just poured out. Like I tried it and I was like, absolutely not. Nope, absolutely not. I poured it out in the backyard.
Now Delta here
I think it smells delicious.
has a black licorice note on it.
I'm not getting that at all.
The Delta you sent is by far the darkest of the flight, because the other ones,
Okay, I know which one it is.
the other ones look like a young Scotch, like or an Irish, like an Irish whiskey. Like all the other ones kind of look like this. Well, Bravo's a little bit darker, but Delta is definitely the darkest of the bunch.
Chris, oh come on, it had to be Canadian, eh?
See, this one, I'm getting like fruit notes on this. I feel like it's a huge step up from all the rest. You're getting licorice?
I get black licorice on the nose. I haven't tasted it yet. And not like hardcore like black licorice. It's more like that candied like what's the hard
Twizzlers?
coated candy is it Mike and Ike's that are black licorice candy coated, or is it?
Which ones are those? They're not Mike and Ike's. They're
I know what you're talking about. They're like pink and white.
Pink and white. Yeah, they're like movie
right.
theater.
They're the same shape as Mike and Ike's, but they're like half the size.
Yes. That's what the nose on Delta is for me.
Good and plenty.
Good.
Thanks, Dennis. I like this one. This is by far the best one for me.
Yeah, but I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either, but it's by far the best.
So far, Bravo is winning for the worst.
Now, your first column is bourbon or rye. I don't know that this fits either of those.
Well, okay, so as we've talked about, we've done blinds before. That's just the type. So if it's a Scotch, if it's a Canadian, if it's a Triticale, or it's just that first column is type. Gotcha. I need to change it on my score sheet.
Did he just tip his hat there with a Triticale?
I have no idea. I've never had one.
Really?
Yeah, we've had dry fly Triticale.
When?
We had a sample of it.
I don't remember this. And
it's a hybrid.
I know what it is.
Like a rye wheat hybrid.
Yeah.
So it started in Eastern Europe, close to Germany. It's a hybrid grain that is like a blend of wheat and rye, and so Triticale Distillarium has a really good Triticale. They're in
Thanks,
Walla Walla.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from your channel. We watched that one where
sorry.
they were on there, and then we heard other people that picked up the bottle and enjoyed it as well. We just haven't.
They're in Yakima. Sorry, not Walla Walla.
Made it over there.
Now, Rye Guy Charles, I'm going to have to disagree with you. Iraq is not delicious.
I like it.
Iraq is a punishment pour
that
Laura makes me drink often when I lose.
Only because I think you pretend like you don't like it. That's a cool bottle.
Distillarium.
They Distillarium. They just came out with a new set, and they mailed me all three. This is the Triticale. Come on, focus.
Okay.
Yeah, straight Triticale with
techno. You had to. Your snapping is what got
it.
It
worked.
listened.
It really
did. Was like, oh. Okay.
I was about to give it the knife hand, but I didn't want it to shut down. So I'm not. Yesterday, that package shows up on my porch, and it's got the rye, the bourbon, and the Triticale. And so I've got to send them a thank you and do a video review on those, because that's their new lineup that they just came out with. All of them are 5 years old. And they're all like, what is it, 90 proof? Oh, 90, 91, and 92. Interesting. So those are small batches. But yeah, great people. If you don't know Distillarium, and especially if you live in Washington State or Oregon, check out the interview I've done with Distillarium. Great people. They've got a great thing going on down in Yakima.
Yeah,
that's not that far away. We could definitely make a trip out there.
Whiskey Nature Deland just showed up. Cheers, buddy. Love the carving you did. The little.
What's up, Deland? I haven't seen Deland in a while.
Yeah, he's got a woodworking channel now, and has quite a following over there. Quite successful channel.
Oh, that's fun.
That's awesome. He does live streams. He has Professor Rusty on with him on his live streams, but. Today he just posted this little carving that he did. It says it was his first attempt, and it looks quite good.
Nice.
I'll show you a picture real quick.
Okay. And Mark Gale says, Iraq is crap. It nearly killed a friend. I think too much alcohol
am I the friend,
maybe
Mark?
Killed the friend.
I feel like it nearly killed me. YouTube. There we go. Subscriptions.
I think,
yeah, it's just right there. Check it out.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty cool. You can hold it up.
Here we go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
his
pretty
first
cool.
attempt. How cool is that?
That is super cool.
Okay, well, I definitely know which one's my favorite of the four. That one was easy. Now, the least favorite... It's definitely between B and C, so I'm going to have to try those again.
I appreciate you reminding us to hydrate, Eric. Eric's a good dude.
Yes, he is.
Good dude. So, man, Delta.
B is
I
definitely
keep
the
going back and
worst
forth
smelling.
with Delta because I smell like a cherry syrup note, and it tastes like a young rye. So I'm like, dude, is this like a craft rye finished in like a red wine barrel?
Yeah, I got my
But
worst.
those flavors
Okay,
throw
my
off
worst.
my proof guess. You know.
Yeah, the proof guessing for me was also a little kind of difficult. I think because they're not easy to drink. Usually when they're not easy to drink, I want to like bump up the proof. Like, oh, it's because it was so hot, and I don't think any of these are hot. It's definitely not the case. I will go
Spoiler
to.
alert, you're right. D is for donkey.
Weird, my control pour is the best one of the night. So strange. Which one's your least favorite, Troy? Have you picked yet?
I got my favorite, but I got to go back through them all for my least.
Yeah, I after trying Delta, I definitely think Bravo was the worst. I'm gonna put that Bravo is the number one worst.
Your Delta for me was a curveball I was not expecting.
Did you not like it?
No, after I like had time to analyze it and figure out what I think it is, I kind of do dig it.
I kind of like it.
Really?
But again, it's not anything I'm going to reach for often.
Or go out and buy a bottle.
No.
But it's a lot better than the rest of them.
But it's not offensive.
You know what? I would say that one is probably the best whiskey out of those four. Probably.
And after coming off of Charlie, it really shined.
Oh, dude, Charlie, I wanted to like it so bad because of reasons, and I just don't.
Well, see, I don't know what those reasons are, but I can tell you I don't like it.
No, I don't like it at all. I'm saying, is that?
Eric Gunderson's bouncing between both chats, making sure he's saying hi to everyone, telling people to hydrate in both. It's great. I love it.
Oh, does the giveaway thing work if they do the hashtag worst in mine?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's why I asked. So you guys that did the hashtag worst on the Northwest Bourbon, put it in the Baker Drinks one as well, because they have a automatic system thing that it pulls out the hashtag worst that you type in, and it automatically puts you on their wheel. And I don't know if it'll work if you put it over on the other one.
Yeah, I'm not sure because we can see those comments, so I feel like it would, but I don't know for sure.
Sean says, help me if you put MGP in this flight. Yes, one of the worst bottles, Remus Repeal, for sure. Yeah. Or just any George Remus bottles. Like the Remus ones that are rectangular are better than the rounder bottles, which are
like some Remus bottles?
They're terrible. No, they're not.
I like the Remus single barrel picks.
The Remus highest rye.
Love the highest
as
rye.
well. We enjoy those ones.
Wait, more for you guys then, because I'm never gonna freaking buy one of those. Absolutely not. I've bought one that was a channels pick. I bought one Remus pick from a channel, and I've had multiple samples given to me. And I was dumb enough to buy a Remus Repeal, which I literally have $20 bottles that are better than the Remus Repeal that I spent $100 on. This is better than that. I'm just saying. And that was a $20
Mark has
bottle.
instantly been triggered, says Sean.
Dude, you did that to me on purpose.
Definitely.
So true story, which I'm sure you guys can relate because you just saw it happen. My 4th deployment in Afghanistan, my squad got to know me so well that they would, just for shits and giggles, they'd be like, hey Sergeant, why is this and that, or why did this happen, or why, just to set me off and get me on my soapbox and start going off, and then until I started noticing them giggling, and I'm like, did you ask that just because you knew that I was gonna go off on a rant? And they're like, yeah. Those fuckers. Yeah, that was a true story. They would bring up
Eric.
stupid
I agree
stuff.
with you. Remus 5 and 8 are excellent.
Oh yeah, it's fun to push buttons. Yeah, totally. Oh goodness gracious, love you guys. So yeah, I think, oh, man, I don't know if it's a rye though. The fruit note on Delta is definitely good. I think it's my favorite of the flight.
And just so everybody watching at home knows, we're unsure of what he's drinking in what specific order.
Because
yeah,
he gave me the answer key.
I gave Mark the answer key. I wrote it down, but I cannot find the notebook that I wrote it down in. I know the bottles.
Pretty sure of the bottles anyway.
I mean, I know the bottles. I just don't know what order they're in.
I have a guess based on what he was thinking. I'm guessing that one's first, that one's last,
Probably.
and then maybe.
This one's probably the
Oh,
clean products.
Yeah.
Oh, I just started going back through the flight. Delta is way better than Charlie. Holy guacamole! It's like I chewed on
rank
one of
yours?
those antibacterial wipes just now. God.
The spray second.
That was not good. Eric says it's time for water again. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Eric.
Eric, you are a good dude.
I can smell this one from here. It's like it's just gotta go. I can.
Which one?
The
Which
smell.
one?
I think it's. Which one is it? It's Bravo.
Is it Bravo?
That one's got a strong scent to it.
Yes, and
The
it
force
will make
is strong with Bravo.
It'll make sense why when I reveal. Great. So. All right. Wet wipe Charlie. Just wanted to get that reminder.
Checking if we.
I'm looking at your proofs.
Go back to Bravo.
We have nothing the same.
You know what? We don't
Oh,
usually guess
gosh.
low proof. I don't know how to guess low or proof.
100% crafty.
Did you say 100% crappy?
Crafty.
With an F.
Bravo is definitely crafty.
Both probably apply.
You guys have heard me say it before. With almost all Washington State craft whiskeys, there is an artificially flavored whipped cream note somewhere in there that's usually towards the front to the middle of the palate that I can pick out because I've had so much Washington State craft that I have found that similarity. And I don't know if it's because of the water or if it's because of the grains, because to be called a Washington State craft, it has to be over 50% grains grown here in Washington State. So I don't know if it's the water or if it's the grains. It could very well be either or. But there's that distinct note. And once you get past the you tried to clean off the nail polish with soap, but that doesn't work because it's soap. Once you get past that nail polish soapy note, I get that whipped cream note, and so I'm going to be very surprised if this is not Washington.
Yeah.
Bravo.
And Nancy, I can pretty much guarantee you don't have a blend in this fight.
We haven't revealed yet, but I would be very shocked if you did.
And Taste and Sensibility, thank you so much for the super chat. We got you on the wheel.
Same with Mr. Richie J. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Richie J, we got you as well.
She said, my family's been serving even before 1775. Mine as well. My family name goes back to Europe in the 1300s, where one of my ancestors won a big battle and was given a bunch of land and made a duke in Wales.
Wow.
And my grandpa was in the Korean War. And my uncle was a F-15 fighter jet pilot.
That's awesome.
The force runs strong, Nancy.
Yeah, so Canadian Chris just commented and reminded me, DeLand's Handmade Woodworking, Whiskey Nature's other channel. He is doing a fundraiser with Wounded Warrior Project right now.
Oh, dope. Nice.
He's over $2,000 on the donations, so congrats to DeLand, and awesome, good job. Thank you for what you're doing. God, what day did you say that live stream was going to be? He's got a stream coming up where they're going to give away some swag and stuff. And I don't remember right now because I've been drinking. Sorry, DeLand. But check out his channel. The details will be there. He talks about it on every one of his posts.
And Randall Erickson, these samples are not in the giveaway.
Moderator definitely dropped that link because that's a great cause. And DeLand, good job, buddy. Verbal high five for me for sure. That's freaking awesome. I've got all of my things filled out here.
Should we give away our first thing?
All my guesses. So whenever you guys are ready, I'm ready.
We've been doing this about an hour now. We've got 45 entries, a little over 60 people watching. If you want in on the free whiskey, type in #worst. You got about 30 seconds to get entered in. And again, we're not sure if you're watching on Mark's channel that we're collecting them. So if you want to just make sure, jump over to Baker Drinks and type it in the chat and then go back to Mark's channel just to make sure you got it. And DeLand says the June 19th is the live stream. I thought that's what it was. I just didn't want to say it.
Hey, California Scotty, hit your refresh button. If it only shows 9 likes, then might need to refresh. Because I'm pretty sure they got more than 9 likes right now.
Okay, looks like CJP Bourbon made it in. Must have worked with Mr. Jiggs. Number didn't go up when he entered, so
oh, so it worked for them to do it over there.
I'm guessing.
Perfect.
You're like, I'm not saying.
The number didn't go up.
you're like, I am not saying it as a for sure thing, but it's possible.
It's possible. Or it was just slow with the number change. Okay, so I'm going to spin it, Troy. You ready?
Yeah, spin away.
Okay.
Ready? Are you ready?
Spinning the wheel.
Daddy, are you ready?
Dustin Bocek, I saw you just entered. That was the hack.
Oh wow!
Usually,
like he just entered like in the last 60 seconds.
Last person entered. Assuming you're still here a minute later.
I would assume so as well.
Yeah, if you're not last in a minute, then,
now, Dustin, I have not sent you anything before, so you need to email us your contact information. The email is on the screen right now, so write that down and shoot us an email. Otherwise, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be hanging on to this thing and giving it away next week.
Said I'm gonna be sad.
So shoot us an email. Give us your contact. Email's on the screen.
It's
got a little rattler in it.
Yeah, that's unusual for you.
I don't usually do that. If someone sends me something that rattles, I'll like pass it on.
I always send a box of movie theater candy or Tic Tacs or something like that. I always put an Audible in there.
I usually eat it when someone sends it.
Yeah, Independent Joe always sends Boston baked beans,
And I always
Laura
eat those.
always
Yeah,
eats
I was
them.
gonna say the Independent Joe
I was
Boston
like, oh,
baked
how
beans.
exciting!
Sometimes I'll give the nerds to Laura's daughter.
Or the little Tic Tac, the like flavored Tic Tac ones that
Yeah.
are like teeny little box.
So
What should our next hashtag
Vermont is saying hashtag rigged. We might as well do hashtag rigged. I don't think we've ever done that.
be? Since
Ooh.
everyone always says it,
Yeah.
might as well. Okay. Let's get that on the screen so people know what to enter.
All right, next giveaway, y'all. Hashtag rigged.
Might as well. Okay.
Oh, what's up, Travis? Dude, Elixir is dope. Eric knows all about it. Every year when I go to visit my brother in Tennessee, I make sure to stop by Elixir. Dude, that dude's picks are fantastic. He's super cool. He's super knowledgeable, super friendly. Last time I was there, the brand ambassador for Hard Truth was at Elixir. And so I got to try a bunch of different Hard Truths and walked out with a couple bottles from them. Dude, Elixir's awesome.
Candy says, no, don't eat the candy. It's probably been passed around many times. It's still in a package. It's safe. It's fine. If not, I'm building up my immunity. It's okay. if the container broke and it spilled all over the box, I don't eat it then.
Which has happened.
But still in a package. I will eat the candy.
Eric is reminding us to drink some water.
Thanks, Eric.
Drink some water. Well, I'm having some salted water, but
You got a little electrolytes in there.
yeah, salty water. Element is what I choose to
I'm
drink.
gonna drink some of my control pour
Ooh,
and get back to something solid.
that's
You
my
know, I
horse
never
holder.
revisited Alpha.
You should revisit Alpha. You should take a big old swig.
It's fine.
Show me the proof for candy in my sample box.
There you go. Thank you for the super
Thank you
chat.
so much.
Check the expiration date. Expiration date on candy is a joke. It's all preservatives. There's no way that expires. It might just taste a little stale. It's fine. It's fine. It's not going to kill me. Big Vic, cheers.
She's a healthcare professional, y'all.
So, I think Alpha and Charlie are pretty neck and neck on which one is the second most worstest.
I understand. I had a clear favorite and a clear least favorite, and then the other two were kind of like,
Neck and neck,
either
yeah.
way.
I think our favorite is probably going to surprise you.
Man,
Why?
But maybe not.
I said it was my favorite.
so
Is yours and
people-
mine the same?
Yeah,
Oh.
but not the rest of them. Well, these two are swapped.
Okay.
You thought that was
Pete-
the second best? What is wrong with you?
I don't know how many times I got to say this. I have a trash palate.
Taste it again.
Which one? Charlie?
That one, yeah. Taste it again. There's no way that's your second best.
I mean, it smells young. It smells grain forward.
All right, so hold on. People in the chat, tell me, would you rather have a really thin young rye finished in a smoky Scotch barrel, or would you rather chew on a lemon artificially scented antibacterial wipe with your whiskey? They're pretty neck and neck.
Now, imagine if I had sent you this blind and I was all proud of it.
You'd be like, oh, that's very citrusy.
That's interesting.
Ah. There was a whole group of people that tried that and thought it was great and bottled it, you know?
Yeah, a whole team, I'm sure.
I mean, it's for that reason that I typically don't try to trash on whiskeys because, you know, people, it's a labor of love. People put a lot of work and effort into these things. They spend a lot of money.
Time.
Steering wheel said he would take the lemon wipe.
There you go. I always try to find something that I do like about a whiskey.
I'm kind of leaning towards the young, thin, crappy rye in a Scotch barrel. I'm kind of leaning towards that one as being better. But they're really freaking close. So, all right. So to tally it up, Bravo is clearly my least favorite. I don't like Bravo at all. But my favorite that I think is actually not bad comparatively, Delta. And so Delta lost because worst whiskey. I'm putting Bravo for sure. The soapy nail polish, not good.
Not good.
Why did I drink it again?
Troy and I disagreed on the worst one, apparently. I said Charlie was the worst, and he said
Great shot. No, it's
Alpha.
not tire fire. It's not rubber. It's not Band-Aids. It's smoky. It's got that Scotch smoke without the peat.
Because this one's a higher proof.
So the proof is helping you out.
Yeah. So like, imagine you're, and I know you're not, but imagine you're a volume drinker.
Okay.
You're gonna want something that's got a little more horsepower to it. So you have to drink a lot less of it.
Oh, okay. So you like it more because
it's a higher.
You drink less to get to where you're going.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And that's my thought process on the order that Charlie and Alpha are in.
I just went with which I preferred, the flavor, straight flavor. I think we should reveal what we're drinking.
Are you ready for the big reveal, Mark?
Oh, absolutely, my friends. Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and break the ice. For Alpha, you guessed. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guessed that it was bourbon, right? Or tell me what you guessed on Bravo. I mean on Alpha.
I said bourbon not finished, 86 proof, and I said 2-bar.
I said,
Really?
Well, I said corn whiskey, but then I said not finished, and I said 90 proof, and then I just randomly picked something that I don't.
You said Heaven Hill.
Yeah, I figured
Heaven
they probably
Hill
have a crappy one that's corn whiskey.
Mellow corn is better than
But
this.
I think this is lower proof than mellow corn too.
And you know what? You're right. It is. Mellow corn is better, and mellow corn is higher proof, because this is what I consider my least favorite veteran.
It was my number 4.
It's Lead Slingers.
Lead Slingers. Okay.
And so I'm really surprised that you got a lot of crafty notes on it, because it does taste young and thin, but I don't think it tastes crafty. But I haven't had it in a while because
I didn't think it tasted crafty. I just thought it tasted young and thin and like a corn whiskey. It's very sweet.
I get straight up Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste crafty. It's just young.
Yeah, lots of cereal notes. Yes. So you guys know that I'm a huge, and advertiser and fan of veteran-owned whiskeys.
Absolutely.
And this is, I think, the worst veteran-owned whiskey I have. I really hope they get their crap together, because Lead Slingers, the guys that do this, Matt Best and all them, they have a lot of freaking money. They can make a lot better whiskey than this.
Did they make that, or did they source that?
Oh, it's sourced.
From where?
Distilled by Scissortail Distillery, product of Moore, Oklahoma.
So they sourced craft whiskey.
They sourced craft whiskey, yes, from a veteran-owned distillery.
Oh, okay.
Right, and so it's a veteran-owned distillery in Oklahoma, but it's the worst veteran-owned whiskey that I own. Okay. Because all these other veteran-owned whiskeys that I have, the whole bottom shelf is veteran-owned. Every single bottle on this bottom shelf is veteran-owned whiskey, and this is my least favorite. I've had this bottle for like 3 years.
What's the proof on that, Mark?
It's 80.
80.
80
I had
proof.
86.
I was way off.
Okay,
I said
so
90.
I
Way
was
off.
I was gonna put 80, but I was like, oh, he wouldn't send us an 80 proofer.
I just haven't had a whole lot of 80 proof whiskey, I guess.
So you got a point for bourbon, you got a point for not finished, and you got a point for being within 10 points of the proof. So you got 3 points on that. Good job.
Woohoo!
I think I got 2 because I said corn whiskey.
Yeah, Laura only got 2, and you're barely within 10.
I'm within 10.
She had 90 proof.
All right, so you guys want to do your alpha?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to open your
Okay, I'm telling you ahead of time. I said that it was a rye that was finished. I guessed 86 proof, and that it's MGP because it tastes like a really thin, hollow rye, which MGP, that's finished in like a Scotch barrel. Because you get those young, crappy rye like MGP makes, and then you get the smokiness like they finished it in a Scotch barrel, which is weird. Because there's a strong smoky note, and so I put.
Okay.
Rye.
I think I know what. I'm gonna have it in my hand just in case.
Rye.
Canadian Chris, hang on to your hat.
Yes, finished. I'm opening this for the first time. You saw me just rip it open. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
It's well sealed. Well sealed.
Yeah, very well said. Sample A was the Whistle Pig Smokestock Whiskey Limited Edition Traeger wood-fired barrel. That's why it tastes smoky. Dude, I guessed... I guessed 86.
Your notes told me which one you were
nose.
drinking. It is a rye that is...
Well, it is a whiskey.
Oh, it doesn't say rye.
And
Whistle
it's
Pig. It's gotta
86
be
proof, right?
yeah, 86 proof.
I got that on the freaking nose.
And it's
86.
finished.
It is wood-fired on a Traeger.
So it is a rye.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't say.
It just says whiskey.
It just says whiskey.
I'm guessing something Canadian. So Canadian Chris, you were
Right.
100%
Most
correct.
Whistle Pig is rye, but I don't want to give myself a point for rye if it's not a rye.
Maybe this QR code will tell me. Scan to join our wood-fired adventure.
Now,
So it is finished, though, right?
it's wood-fired on a Traeger barrels. So yes, I would say finished.
Dude, I can't believe I guessed 86 on the freaking nose. So yes, finished. Yes, proof, and bourbon or rye. We're still finding that out. Distillery, I said MGP. Does it say anything like distilled?
Product of Canada.
Okay, so it's not MGP, so I don't get points for that.
It's either a corn whiskey or a rye then.
Yes. Correct. I'm going back to my control pour. I'm
Yeah.
that wild turkey tastes so good right now.
We were out at the coast,
Man.
Oregon coast. I believe we were in Cannon Beach, Oregon. And we went into one of the local liquor stores there, and the guy was like, "This is brand new, and everyone's been saying it's great." I think we paid almost $90 for that friggin' bottle.
Okay.
And we got it home. You guys go back to like the beginning. It was probably one of the first 10 videos Laura did back when the channel was just Laura. And she gave her honest opinion of it. So since then, we've sampled it out one time to Mark. The rest of this, when I like smoke meat on the smoker, I will put that in a spritz and I'll add like some Worcestershire and like some other stuff to it to doctor it up, and I'll just spritz it on the meat as I smoke it.
That makes sense, dude.
We do not drink
Definitely,
this stuff.
dude.
An
Spraying
expensive
that
bottle
on
to be spritzing on meat.
yes, that is 100% the bottle to spritz on meat because it has some rye spices and then just smoke. I'm gonna be really surprised if that's not a rye because, like I said, from the get-go, trying that.
Yeah, it totally gives me like smoked ham vibes.
Smoked
I think
ham. Yes.
It has mellowed. It was a lot more when we first got it. It was like straight up smoked ham.
Yeah.
All
right.
So is that your number 4?
No, that one was tied for second/third place.
Okay.
Because Bravo I thought was the worst. Delta I thought was the best. So Alpha and Charlie are tied for second, third place. But let me get your guesses on Bravo. You said that one was young and crafty, so I was surprised you didn't say that about Bravo, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Go ahead.
This one, I finally found a website that says something other than just whiskey, and it says rye.
There you go.
So probably a rye.
Okay.
We'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Everywhere else just says whiskey. So we'll give it because there is a website that says it's a rye.
And FYI, there's 76 people watching, only 38 entries. # rigged. If you want
rigged.
8 ounces of free whiskey.
Whiskey Nature says, this chat is banging, hard to keep up. I've missed it all because I've been looking up this whiskey.
All right, so what were your guesses on Bravo?
Okay, on Bravo, I said it was a bourbon.
A bourbon?
I said yes, it was finished. I said double oaked. I said 92 proof, and I said distillarium.
I said bourbon, yes, finished. I guessed 100 proof, but my proofs are just off, so he's probably closer. And then I just said craft.
No, hold on, Troy, what was your proof?
I said 92.
92. And Laura, you said 100?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to you, Laura, because it is 100 proof.
Look at that.
Yeah, I couldn't decide if it was proof or wood spice I was experiencing on that one.
Okay, so I'll tell you the reason why you thought it was double oaked is because Chambers Bay is my least favorite local craft whiskey. But what they do,
Chambers Bay.
What they
is
do
it small
is,
barrels?
I actually said Delta was Chambers Bay.
So what they do is they have smaller barrels. They're like they have some 32s and they've got some 20s or something. They have a lot of smaller barrels, but they put it in a boathouse on the Puget Sound, so it rocks on the boathouse, and so the barrel influence is supposed to make it better, right?
Gotcha.
So that's
So
why you were getting a lot of double oak vibes, because they're not only in smaller barrels, but they are out there on the Puget Sound rocking with the waves.
Gotcha.
Right? And so when I heard about this, I thought it was going to be fantastic. I went to the distillery. It's literally the closest distillery to my house. Old Soldier and Pursuit and 2 Bar and all those other ones are much further away. Chambers Bay is very close to where I live, and so I was excited to hear that they're one of the biggest leaders in the Washington State Craft Whiskey Association type thing that they have. They're big pioneers in the place, and their whiskey fucking sucks.
Yeah, Total Wine has one of their bottles in the glass case that's like $1,000.
From Chambers Bay?
Yeah, let me see which one it is. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, so that must explain the experience I was getting drinking that, where it had this weird note up front, and then it was like bitter and charred at the end, and it's probably because it was in a small barrel.
You're tasting the not very well made Washington State local craft distillery that they age in a smaller barrel on the Puget Sound, so it's getting a lot of those water wave aging things, and this one specifically, I was super bitter about. It's the Captain's Reserve. And so
well,
it's
that
a
sounds like it should be fancier.
it's a 375, and it was fancier on the price book because it was like $80 for a 375, and I
Oh,
freaking
jeez.
I didn't like it at all. $80
Um,
for a 375, and it was not good.
Of the, just on the nose, that one is by far the worst on the nose. Like, it stinks. It does not.
It was my number 3.
It was my number 3 as well for the total, but it's the worst on the nose.
It smells like molding vanilla.
Yeah, it's like it's not a pleasant smell.
All right, so I'm giving it to Laura that you got it 100% on the proof, so you get 3 points for that. A point for the bourbon. It is not finished, and so you guys get 4 points for that guy.
Nice.
Nice. So you're at total of 7 now. All right, so for my Bravo to you, I guessed it was bourbon, not finished, 90 proof, and I guessed it was a local Washington craft distillery, but I didn't know which one to guess.
Guessing this one.
Probably.
Okay, hold on. Let me. I'm pulling down the paper because I don't want to give it away. And so, like the last one, I just pulled this down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so the
you.
next one is Chuckanut Bay Slow Crafted Bourbon.
We could tell based on your notes. You've got great notes.
Aged at least 1 year.
Oh, it's Bellingham. So
Yeah.
that is a Washington.
It is
Yes.
a Washington one, yep.
That's actually kind of a good looking bottle.
Yeah, so this was a gift to us for Christmas from Laura's sister and brother-in-law.
Because they live in Bellingham.
They live in Bellingham. They gave everybody that year like gifts that were local to them.
That makes sense.
I feel like with some more age, this could be decent. But aged 1 year, you just you get that local craft young Washington note.
Yep,
But
which
it
is
is,
what I was saying, that artificial whipped cream note, to where it's the Ready Whip in a freaking aerosol can. You taste that in the whiskey when the Washington State ones don't age them long enough or do like double finishes or whatever. You taste that artificial whipped cream note in every local craft brew. So it is a bourbon.
It is bourbon.
It is bourbon.
It's
and
96 proof.
Not finished.
Not finished.
And
96
how much?
proof.
You said what?
96.
96?
Yep.
All right, so I said 90, so that's within 10. That's only 1 point.
Yeah. You kicked ass on that sample.
Thank you.
And Mr. Mom, it's not Chipmunk Bay, it's Chuckanut.
Chuckanut.
Chuckanut Bay.
So,
which is a real place.
3, 6,
And Melissa and Michael, if you're watching, we're sorry. We love the gift. Thank you.
1, 2,
Hey, they had never tasted it. They were just given
3,
gifts
6.
that meant something.
So, do you have the same? I got 6 on that or no?
I think you maxed out.
Well, you only got one.
You got,
No, the proof I was within 10, so it's only 1 point.
What did you say?
I said 90.
Oh,
so
I
that's
thought
within
you...
10. So it's only
Okay.
1. So I got 6. If you're giving me that I put local Washington.
Yeah,
It works for me.
100%, yes.
Okay.
You kicked ass on that sample.
Thanks. Thank you. I fucking love you guys. And Eric just said we're way overdue for water.
Yep. I drank some, but I'll drink some more. You can never have too much water.
Nope.
I mean, you probably can, but we're not going to
Unless
get
you're
there.
a dialysis patient. or a CHF patient.
All right, so Charlie, you guys gave really interesting notes on Charlie. Do you guys have any Charlie left?
Oh, yeah. Got plenty.
I got a little bit.
Was Charlie your least favorite?
Charlie
It was my least favorite. It was not
It was
his
my
least
second.
favorite.
Okay. So, when I tried Charlie, I really wanted to like it. It's not a local craft. In the continental U.S., it was the further northmost distillery when they started putting whiskey out. I don't think they're the furthest north anymore, but when they were, it was. It's like a third or fourth family generation farm to where like 3 or 4 generations of having this farm, and now the kids that are in charge of it decided to start using crops to make whiskey. And so
Must be the
I,
fragrance.
based on that, based on that alone, I wanted to like it. I wanted to like it a lot.
Yeah,
But when I
family.
tried
And
it, the distinct note that I got is that if you pick daisies, right, daisies, dandelions, and then start chewing them, and then take a shot of whiskey with the daisies and dandelions in your mouth, that's the note I was getting on this, and I was like, that's fucking terrible. I don't like it at all. But
I
I
don't like it at all either.
yeah, but based on the fact that it's like a third or fourth generation family farm in the Midwest, in northern part of the state, kind of thing, to where you don't think that environment as a whiskey environment really. I wanted to like them so much, but I don't.
I maybe they're great farmers, not so much great whiskey makers.
Yeah. So what were you guys' guesses on that one?
So
Um,
on Charlie, I said it was a rye. I said it was finished. I said either toasted or double oaked. I said 90 proof, and I said oolah.
I said it
Oh,
was a rye as well. I said it is finished. I didn't guess what it was. And I said 95 proof and just craft. I had no idea.
okay. Um, Since you guys gave me the last one on guessing a local Washington State craft distillery, I'm definitely going to give it to you, Laura. That it is a craft whiskey. It's 94 proof, and Laura
So
was within
close.
one. Laura was within
Wow.
one, so that's a full freaking 5 points on that. So it's 3 and 5. It is not finished, and it is not a rye.
Oh,
Wow.
what is it?
So this is the Bodalen.
Bodalen.
They have a very strong Norwegian, I think, right? Yeah, Norwegian ancestry. So their ancestors came from Norway. They're a big Norwegian thing. Came over, settled in Minnesota, started a farm. And so these guys are. Let's see if it says the what generation, because I read up on them because I wanted to like them so bad. Heirloom corn, winter rye. So the winter rye is on their farm, and so even though you can see it is a bourbon, so it's over 50% corn, their winter rye is grown on their farm, and so that's why you're getting a lot of rye notes.
Hmm.
But it's on named for a Norwegian valley on the edge of a massive glacier. Bodalen is truly authentic craft distilled brown. So it's 60% heirloom corn, 30% rye. So it's a very, very high rye bourbon.
Yeah. Interesting.
Um, yeah. So I wanted to like them so
It's
much
very
because
interesting.
you get generations of family history putting out a
Yeah.
whiskey. I wanted to like it, but it's fucking terrible. If you chew on a dandelion and a daisy on each side of your mouth, then take a shot of whiskey that's shitty whiskey. That's what this. Dude, I don't like it.
I do enjoy the story though.
Right,
It
it's
is
a
a good
great story.
story.
That's why I bought it. That's why I
The
bought
problem is
that
a lot of
bottle.
times the good stories mean it's bad whiskey.
Ah. So, not a rye. It's not finished. So you got 5 points for being within 1 point of the proof, and you got 3 points for Laura. You guessed it was a craft, and it certainly fucking is. So you got 8 points on that bottle. Good job.
Hmm.
Next is you guys giving me the Charlie. I guessed an American single malt that it's not finished, 86 proof, and it's a local Washington. This is the one that was the cleaning wipes for me. Oh, hold on. I gotta scroll down on the paper. Hold on.
Pretty
there we
sure I
go.
know which one this is.
We could be wrong.
Wait,
Could be
I
wrong,
want to
but I'm
cover up
guessing it's
Delta.
that
There
one.
we go.
I don't
Just
think
want to
we're
cover
wrong.
up Delta. Sample C is St. George Baller single malt whiskey, Japanese style, 94 proof. So 94, I guess 86. So I'm not within 10 on that.
Yeah, you
wait.
are.
Yeah, I am.
That's only 8.
You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I love how good you were with your notes because since we didn't know what order the bottles were, we were able to guess based on your notes which ones you drink.
That's so fun in like a weird way. That's the whisk. That inner whiskey nerd just loves that. It's so fun.
Yeah.
We usually say it's very skunky.
It tastes like bong water.
Or like I think it's like those green bottled beers like a Heineken or whatever. That's
And
what
Beck's.
it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're out of California. It's a single malt, and they style after the Japanese style apparently. But I think at least this batch was a fail. I've heard that some of the newer batches
I
are
think
a
William
lot better.
Hall has a different one where they started finishing it. They don't actually make this specific batch anymore. Now it's finished. So I'd definitely be interested to try that one, but this is obviously not great.
So single malt whiskey. So that's an American single malt.
It
Yeah.
is an American single malt, yes.
Oh, so I called it. That's awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah, you nailed this one too.
94 proof. I only get 1 point for that. Not finished, right?
Not finished.
Okay, so 1 point for that. I of course didn't get the thing, so I got 3 for that. Three points for American single malt, not finished, and within 10 on the proof. Yeah, that's not good. They shouldn't have
It's
done
not
that.
good.
It's
Nope,
it's definitely
it's not.
not good.
We have sent it as like when we send a blind to someone, sometimes we send like a punishment pour if it's like with multiple people, so they would drink it if they lose, and that has been one that we send for that.
It's also on our punishment wheel.
Yes, it is. That's basically the only way it gets drank is a punishment for losing a blind.
I mean, I'm not saying Malort's better, but Malort might be better.
Are you serious?
This is bad
I've never
stuff.
had Malort, but I've heard it's freaking terrible. Like
The
why would
finish
people
on
make-
Malort is worse, but the beginning is better.
Mark, I'm gonna bring you some Malort.
Oh, thank you so much, Troy. I've heard it's one of the worst pours ever.
So for about 5 seconds, it's not bad.
Really?
Well, then
got
it's
this-
really bad.
It's got this
all in the
real
finish.
really
It's all in the
sweet
finish?
grapefruit note right up front, and then it transitions into like
Wait, did you say grapefruit?
Grapefruit, yeah. Like a sweet grapefruit right
No,
up front.
but you said great. Like a grapefruit note on whiskey is good.
No,
I
Oh,
was confused.
grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Okay.
And then
I
it
was confused for a
transitions
second
into
'cause-
like you chewed on aspirin.
Yeah, that's where it
That
gets bad.
chalky, powdery, acidic,
Yes.
That bitter,
Super bitter.
very
Yeah.
bitter.
acidic, powdery. Oh, dude.
And that's Malort.
Oh, it
Chris
sounds
Jenkins can't believe you that there's something worse than Malort. He has drank enough of it to know.
Chris has tried Malort in so many different ways. His videos were hilarious.
Even tried the barrel finished Malort.
Oh goodness. Okay, so you know what's really funny is that I think that our deltas were both of our favorites because I actually compared to the rest of the fight, the Delta you sent me was my favorite out of the ones, and from what I heard of your notes, it's the same for you guys as well. You guys gave me black licorice notes and stuff like that, and I said mine tasted like black cherry syrup, which I thought was pretty good. But I guessed it was a rye, that it was finished, 95 proof and MGP, because there was that hollowness in the middle of the palate that I get on MGPs. So I thought if somebody took an MGP rye that's a 95.5 and finished it in something like a wine barrel, they gave it that black cherry finish. That's what I was guessing on that. I said 95 proof just for S's and G's because I thought it was up there with some of the other ones. And so I'm going to scroll down. Well, this is the last one. Whistle Pig Piggyback Single Barrel Alfa Romeo F1 Team Rye finished with lychee and tea barrels, 96.77. I guess 95 and it was 96.7. Fuck, that's just outside of 1 point, so I only get 3.
Yeah, so this is the one that I actually kind of enjoy, and Troy thinks is the most disgusting thing ever. So that's how it ended up on here. But
Okay.
yeah,
That's fun.
the lychee and tea is a little strange on there, but it is not MGP. It was distilled in Vermont and Canada.
Okay.
Sorry, Chris.
But it is a finished rye.
It is finished.
Two Whistle Pigs on this list.
Yep. So it's a finished rye. So I got both of those.
It was also G-Force finished, wind tunnel tested.
So finished rye, and within 3 points of the proof, I got 5 points.
Nice job.
You said it was what in Canada? Vermont?
Vermont and Canada.
Vermont and Canada. Weird.
Because that's where their distillery is. So they must make some of it themselves.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever had any whiskey from Vermont before. And Vermont is on my list of the states I haven't been to. I've been to 35 out of the 50 states. I've got to get all 50 bucket list style if I don't die next month.
I love it. The rye guy says that is the nastiest thing he's ever tasted. Well, that was the best thing he had in his flight. The rye guy.
That
So
was
there
the
is
best
worse.
of this flight. It was 100% the best of this flight, for sure. So I got 5 on that.
Whistle Pig is in USA. They just use a lot of Canadian whiskey in their stuff. But they are in Vermont.
Oh, wait. Whistle Pig is actually like stationed in Vermont?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's some of their own juice in there. But it says it's a single barrel, so I don't understand how it could be
Well, maybe they're actually
Canadian
in New
and
York.
Vermont.
They might be in New York because it says Whistle Pig Whiskey Company, Mineville, New York. So maybe they're in New
Interesting.
York.
Yeah, it's not good.
He just said, it's not good.
It's not.
No, it's not good. It's not good. But so Troy, if you try it right now, there is a dark black cherry note in there that is definitely the best out of the flight that you sent.
I want to taste it.
It's not good, but that black cherry note is the best thing of the night for sure. Besides my
It's
Wild
tart.
Turkey 101.
It is tart.
That tea and lychee are so overpowering. It tastes like cough syrup.
Well, now that I know that it's a tea, I taste that a lot stronger now.
It's like Robitussin.
Yeah, I would say it is kind of cough syrupy now that you say it. That could be his cherry note that you're talking about.
It's like cherry cough syrup.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, it's not. How much was that?
I don't know.
Too much?
$50 or $60.
Yeah, if it was over 30, it was too much.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
think it was
Whistle
like,
Pig, so it's probably like 130.
it was only like 50 or 60. It was cheap for a Whistle Pig. They're like 10-year is um like closer to $100.
So I see Vermont is still in the chat here. So Vermont, we were at Rose City Liquor, and it was in the evening. It was probably 6 p.m. in the winter because it was dark outside. And the guy there was like, "Oh, we just got this in, and everybody's loving it."
These salesmen
And
kid
so,
me every time.
so
I'm like, oh, that sounds great.
Laura reads, "Oh, it's tea and lychee. Oh, I love that." So we brought it home. I'm like, yeah, they probably had that sitting there a while and nobody wanted it.
They're
it's
like,
so
this
gross.
girl's gonna get it.
Oh my goodness. They
so
sold
Rose
you
City
with those silver-tongued devils.
Exactly.
All right,
Okay.
so the last one is
I
from
said,
you said that was your favorite, right?
yep.
Okay.
I said it was
And this-
bourbon.
This is the bottle that I almost sent you the other one that was very similar, but between the two of them, I was like, they're very similar. I'm not going to send them both, so I'm going to send this one because I like this one slightly better than that one. And so
Okay.
they're very, very close. So you've seen so far, Alpha was my least favorite veteran bottle. Bravo was my least favorite local craft distillery. And Charlie was my least favorite non-local craft distillery.
Okay. Now it makes me wonder.
So this
what
is his
one
least favorite legacy distiller.
No. But
Now I've gone back and forth multiple times on what I think this is.
right, because Bravo, yeah,
crossed
Delta's
it out,
great.
wrote bourbon, crossed it out,
You-
wrote single malt, crossed it out, wrote bourbon.
So
think
your
it's-
final guess is bourbon on.
I'm
Delta?
settling on bourbon. I do
Okay.
think it's finished. And I put Tokai just because it's super sweet. It's like syrupy sweet.
Okay.
I have 86 proof. And then this is the
You-
one that I wrote Chambers Bay on.
Dude, you said it was 86 proof.
Yeah.
What did you have, Laura?
I said it was a bourbon. I think it tastes like those sour mashes that we get that are the ones that say sour mash on them. But I don't think it's finished.
Like,
and I said
an old elk.
or like Michter's or something.
Oh, okay.
And then I said it was 92 proof. And then I just guessed something randomly. I just said Woodinville, but I don't think that's what it is.
Hey, wait, what did you say for finish?
I said no.
No. Okay, hold on.
It's the only sample I finished because I was so, like, confused by this thing.
Let me see if I can bring up the picture of this because this is a very interesting looking bottle. It's the reason
What's
why.
up, Stacy? Welcome to the show.
So the last
I like
one
this
is the Navigator. So all the nonsense you're seeing is constellations of stars.
Okay.
Okay.
So it has all the constellations on it of stars, and it's called the Navigator. I got it at
Kentucky.
not Total Wine. What's the other? Bevmo. Got it at Bevmo. And so it is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in red wine barrels. And
Red
so
wine.
I'm gonna give it to you guys that it was bourbon and that it was finished. And holy crap, Troy, it was 86.6 proof, and you guessed it.
Dang.
So you got it within one. That's 5 freaking points on that alone. You also guessed that it was bourbon and finished, so that's 1 for each of those. So you got 7 points on that bottle.
How much was that bottle?
I want to say it was like 49. It was like 50
I think
bucks.
it's worth it. I like
You
it.
think it's worth $50?
I think it is.
It was my favorite of the 4.
Well, that's not saying a lot though.
I don't.
It is really not saying a lot, but I think think $50 isn't a terrible price for it.
I mean, $50 is pretty standard in today's market.
And I like
However,
the fruitiness that it has.
I don't know how long you've had this bottle.
I have had this bottle for almost 3 years, and it's still almost half full.
Okay, so 3 years ago, $50 today was $30 back
Probably.
Yeah. And so when I told you that I did like a side by side, and so the one that I was gonna send instead of this is the Broken Barrel. This is the old bottles of Broken Barrel. They don't have bottles like this anymore, but it's Broken Barrel whiskey finished with port staves, and it's not good at all. It's terrible. This was like an $80 bottle that I didn't like at all. It's 116 proof. And when I tried these two side by side, I thought this one was a little bit worse, and this one was a little bit better. I don't know if it was the proof point that made this one a little bit better, but that's why I sent you this one instead. So this was my toss-up. So the fact that was your favorite, not
according
super surprised.
to the Total Wine website, it says that it is a $46 bottle. Plus
and I said 49.
Yeah, so it hasn't changed in price too much, or well, it's not available now, so maybe that's why they sold it that one time and then they stopped carrying it. But it
Nancy's got to go pull her dinner off the heat, carne asada tonight. So
that sounds delicious.
Thanks for joining us for a while, Nancy. It's always a pleasure having you in the chat.
Yep, absolutely, Nancy. You're a legend.
And I saw we just had 90 people watching us. Only 49 have entered for the giveaway. Hashtag rigged if you want free whiskey, guys. 8 ounces of free whiskey.
Rigged.
Exactly. Pizza Warlord, we haven't said hi to you. Cheers. Mr. Great Shot, cheers. Who else can I see quickly? Jen Clifton, I don't think we said hi to you. Cheers.
So I'm going to do the blend, Mark. I don't have any of Delta left, but I'm going to mix Alpha Bravo and Charlie together.
Oh, dude, that sounds terrible. I'm going to join you.
Yeah, might as well. It's going to be very heavy on the Charlie here because I did not like that one.
Yep.
So
no, the same. My Alpha and Delta is, almost gone.
It's a full glass.
But Bravo and Charlie, there's a ton left.
It smells just like Bravo.
It smells like a young, crafty whiskey.
Honestly, the blend improved upon some of them. It mellowed out some of those gross notes I got.
Gross notes, y'all.
It did. It mellowed that out. There's less gross notes. It's just simple and young and sweet, and that's perfectly fine. A whole big glass of that.
Just had a big old chug of water, which felt amazing.
Them all together. I got a stronger chemical cleaning note, and where it almost feels unsafe to drink.
It might be.
Are you sure this is whiskey?
I'm just like, I feel like I'm going to get sick if I drink a lot of that.
We promise we only set whiskey.
Oh my goodness. That's not good.
Not good.
So when it comes to the final question, you guys have your worst of what you thought was the worst. Now, do you think that the worst thing that I sent you was more worser than the worst thing I sent you? Or
I would rather drink your Alpha sample over Baller any day, or the Traeger smoked any day.
It does smell like cleaner. Now that he gave us that note, it does smell like a cleaning product.
I still get bong water on that. It reminds me, it's very nostalgic. It reminds me of high school.
Troy. We do live in Washington.
I see Old Fashioned Ways plus plus in the house. Welcome, Doc, and congrats on your 2222 subscribers.
Oh, nice. What's up, Doc? Good to see you, buddy.
Mr. Great Shot,
Doc,
sometimes I like that dirty sock note.
Doc,
That's a
we
double
need to
oak
do
note,
a
right?
collab. I need to do a collab with Doc. That'd be fun.
You definitely need to. Doc does some fun collabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Mr. Old Fashioned Ways. Let's do a thing, buddy. So I think the worst one I sent you was Charlie. But you're saying that the worst one
For
you
me
had
it was Charlie.
Alpha?
Yeah, Laura
Right.
agrees with you. I had Charlie as my number 2.
Okay, so you thought Alpha was worse than Charlie.
I did. And only because it was the lowest proof.
Oh.
I mean, and my logic was like, if I'm a volume drinker, I got to drink more of alpha to get that desired effect.
All right, so final score. I got 18. You guys got 22. You guys won that by
There
a
was
hair.
2 of us.
And again, there's 2 of us and 1 of you, so I think you're the true winner here. I
So
mean,
what
honestly,
you
the
said-
true winner is the chat who didn't have to drink any of these.
Yes. So we tied. The chat won. Got it.
Yes, there you go. I like that.
I got so much stuff here.
You got a lot in
Yeah,
front
because
of you.
there was so Bravo I gave to Laura and Delta I gave to Troy. So yeah, I see your logic on that.
Lots of ASMR going on here. Laura's moving stuff around.
clinking glasses together. Got no space.
All right.
Great Shot said, I knew I was a winner.
Of course.
Rusty said I probably would have liked all of them. No, I guarantee you would not have liked all of them.
There's not a lot to like here.
No. But
Delta
other whiskey channels out there, I want you to send me your worst whiskeys on your bar, so we can continue this to see who has the worst whiskey.
Now,
I would be interested.
you can't
as
send
well.
them the same stuff you sent us.
We're gonna have to buy some bad whiskey so we can join this competition again.
No, there's a couple of these I would be sending to them, but there's a couple of them that I would be sending in place of.
And Rusty, Rich and Rare Reserve, we own that bottle, and it did not make the cut for the worst whiskeys that we own. So, that one would have been the best tasting one.
Yeah. So if you're a channel and you're watching this live stream, reach out to Mark. What's your email, Mark?
Northwestbourbon@gmail.
northwestbourbon@gmail.com. Reach out to Mark. Throw down the challenge to him.
And Rob, we did not have anything with a fish note tonight.
No.
We gave you that bottle.
Rob-
You drank the fish whiskey.
Rob, we already
Jeff
said
the
that we
Creed.
gave that one away to you.
No, dude, Jeff the Creed is not worse than some of these whiskeys we drank tonight. I'm telling you, it's not.
Raging Cajun, I could send you half a bottle of Frey Ranch Farm Straight.
Is it batch 12? Because no thank you.
What were the other ones we drank at Matt's blind
Oh my
that
God.
he gave us?
So there was a Jeff the Creed.
There was some Georgia.
It was all like
whiskey.
local Georgia craft distillers.
Okay,
And then
so
Jeff the Creed.
Georgia has 13th Colony. They have ASM, and they have.
They were like small.
It was none
Craft.
of those.
They were
Those
craft.
are really good compared to what we had.
Yeah. He just wanted to send some stuff that no one had ever had before. He had never had them as well, and we all were like, "Oh, these are so bad."
It totally backfired.
But it was fun. It was fun.
That's funny.
Yeah, we got to hang out with friends.
Oh, Mr. Great Shot says he sent his worst whiskey to Whiskey Uncensored. He actually liked it. Oh, see,
Really?
there's bad whiskey can be good whiskey to someone else.
Yeah.
So
One
Well-
man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
So like I said, I think that the lead slingers, the alpha, I think it was better than the worst ones you sent me. But I think that Charlie, the Bodalen, is worse than the other ones you sent me.
Okay.
Just because I think the Bodalen's that bad.
I mean, I agree it is pretty dang bad, but I don't really want to drink this this St. George to the baller to find out if I think it's
Yes.
worse.
I don't want to drink Traeger smoked
I don't
whistle
wanna,
pig
I don't want to drink them.
Or-
We've tried
or-
them before. We're good. We're
or
good.
lychee tea barrel whistle pig. Yeah.
Which one did I said Bravo was my least favorite, and that was the Chuckanut Bay.
Yeah, that's the local Washington one. Aged
Yeah,
1
dude,
year.
I did not like that at all. I would rank that pretty close to the Bodalen.
Yeah, they've been a distiller up there since 2011.
Really?
So they should have some older stuff.
Well, and they should have their shit together by now. I mean, yeah.
Well, we've never seen it anywhere, so their distribution is very low.
Yeah, it sounds like their distribution isn't that great.
It's an award-winning Chuckanut Bay Distillery bourbon.
They must have won an award somewhere, participation award.
Yeah. Which
All
They
of
hand
their
out this
all
so-
of their
they hand
corn
out-
ryan all of their corn ryan wheat come from within a 30-mile radius of the distillery.
wow,
30
that's
miles.
really cool.
That is very close.
Yeah. And like a lot of other local Washington craft distilleries, I bet if they were that close to the farm, they probably give the leftover mash back to the farmers to feed their livestock.
Oh yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Which is a thing a lot of whiskey distilleries do up here in the Northwest. The farmers that grow the grains also have livestock, so the whiskey distilleries, they give the mash back once it's done distilling to help feed their livestock. It's like a give and take fucking relationship. It's so cool to me how they have these interpersonal relationships where they're like family friends. They do like the barbecues together and stuff like that. So any of you guys out there watching, when it comes to local craft distilleries, there's a lot going on behind the curtain that you don't know about unless they're, DiGiorno pizza chefs doing their local craft thing from MGP. That doesn't count. If they're actual real distilleries that are local craft, they probably have similar stories to what I was just talking about. That it's great to go there and get to know them and hear their passion and really learn about what's going on with them and theirs.
Yeah, I agree. Torp says the meat's probably better than the juice. You know what? He's probably right. I wouldn't doubt that.
I see Randall Erickson there too. It makes you wonder if they put bottles like this out, if anyone's doing quality control on their tasting. So the thing of it is to distill and make whiskey and sell it and all that stuff is an expensive thing. They pay taxes on it every year it's in the barrel. So most distillers, when they start, will source whiskey so they can put a bourbon out there, and then they make like vodka and gin, which requires no aging, so they can sell it and keep the lights on
Clear
while their
spirits.
bourbon is aging.
Yeah.
It sounds like these guys just made some bourbon and put it out at a year because they could. They probably chose to do that rather than put out a vodka or a gin. So I mean, my hat's off to them. They're out there putting their heart and soul into this thing. The fact that it's not good is unfortunate, but they're trying. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of distilleries in Washington that I've interviewed, like Bad Dog. Bad Dog Distillery, they made their own still. Like he's an iron worker, and so he welded and made their still that they make their whiskey out of. And they didn't put out any clear spirits. They just sucked it up and took the loss for years before they could put out some good whiskey.
Wow.
And that's the
Crazy.
kind of stuff that I love. I absolutely love it. Even though it's not the best whiskey out there, it's not going to compare to anything from Heaven Hill or whatever. But knowing what you're drinking makes it better. Just like if you try Weller 12 in a blind, it's going to lose because it fucking sucks. But if you try it intentionally, you're like, oh, I'm drinking Weller 12. It tastes so good. It does taste good when you're drinking it intentionally. Same thing with some of these crafts. When you know their history, you know their story, you're drinking it intentionally. It's really good if you have a distinguished, like a palate that appreciates that you can still taste some of the grains and some of the love. If you have a weak palate that only tastes good whiskey from older distilleries that cook out all that grain taste in it, then I'm sorry, but don't get me on my soapbox.
All right. Hey, let's give away some whiskey.
Yes.
Go give
So
away. Give away.
if you haven't typed in #rigged and you would like to enter, all you have to do is be here and you could win it. I'll give you like a minute and then I'm going to spin and hope that someone is here to win some whiskey.
Yeah. And Piper John, we see that you Venmoed as well. You Venmoed Baker Drinks.
We'll have to create we will have to figure that out.
Yeah. We will add you to the wheel for sure for that. Appreciate it.
Okay. I think
That's been not even close to a minute.
Are
That's
you
been
sure?
like 15 seconds.
I felt like a minute. It felt like a full minute.
I feel like you just completed the sentence like 10 seconds ago.
I don't know.
Give them a minute.
Okay. I will do my best to be patient.
See?
Oh, look at that. ASMR
A-
whiskey.
Andrew's here. He's in on it. Appreciate you, buddy. Josh Fritz got in on it.
Thanks for being here.
I'm rinsing out my glasses. Hopefully I can get some of the...
I hope you can get that funk out of them.
Oh, dude, I feel like I'm gonna have to boil water on the stove and really wash these bad boys out. I don't think drinking water level is gonna get the flavors out.
Wait till you get the Malort that I send you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna drink some water because I feel like it's time.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm pouring these half full of water, swirling them around, and then drinking the water.
I need my wife to think a minute is 15 seconds long.
Okay, now it's been about a minute.
Okay. Spinning.
Is she spinning?
You said well. That's why you told me it was been a minute, so I could spin.
Not even a here you go. Everybody, drop what you're doing and
Look at that, Dennis.
Dennis
won
Trish
with his great comment about his wife.
So I don't.
Congratulations.
Dude, Troy, I don't think enough people got the Digital Underground reference that you just did. You said, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin.
I'm glad you picked it up.
I didn't pick it up, so and I needed Mark to say it.
My name is Humpty.
Okay, so...
Pronounced with the umpty.
So you're gonna add Dennis. It's 2 N's.
Hey, I don't spell names.
The image in your life.
know that.
Dude, Dennis knows what I'm
Rusty.
talking about. Dude, Dennis on
Yeah,
point.
he does.
Okay, and now we're doing our
This is
giveaway
the
for
patron
patrons.
only.
It's I don't even remember the name of the bottles. What did
This
we say
was
we're sending?
the bond. It's a 4-year and a 7-year MGP.
These ones.
Oh,
The
okay.
Bond.
Okay.
MGP whiskey, 4 years old and 7 years old, and okay, these patrons. Someone's gonna win some samples.
Ryan Ellis.
Ryan Ellis, congratulations. Enjoy your samples. Let us know what you think.
Got you down, Ryan. And now Laura's going to put together the super chat wheel. Mark, you and I get to entertain while she goes through all this. Make sure you get Piper John.
Okay. I will make sure I get everyone, Troy. I get everyone. I don't miss people.
Yeah, she'll put it up on the screen for a couple minutes so you can verify that your name is on there if you send a super chat in. I'm going to show you the Venmos here.
You're supposed to be entertaining, Troy.
So, Mark, what's coming up next for Northwest Bourbon?
Here on Northwest Bourbon, on the first Saturday of every month, yes, I said every month, first Saturday of the month, we do a veterans live stream so that veterans have a place to get together and not only just to drink together, but learn about military history and talk about things going on in that month. And so next month is June, and so we're going to talk about significant military history events that happened in the month of June in history, to include Medal of Honor recipients. And every month we highlight a different veteran-owned distillery. Like I said earlier in the live stream tonight, every bottle on the lower shelf here is a veteran-owned whiskey. And so every month we highlight a different veteran-owned whiskey to raise awareness and let you guys know that there are dozens and dozens of veterans out there making whiskey that is good stuff, and you should freaking try it. And so every month we highlight a different veteran whiskey. We talk about Medal of Honor recipients. We talk about significant historical things going on. Each month we do that first Saturday of the month. So make sure that you're subscribed and have that alert on so you don't miss those, because those are my favorite things to do. Other than that, we don't limit ourselves to just veteran-owned. Do reviews and try out different whiskeys that are coming out on the market and put out some whiskey reviews here and there. But it's not as standardized as the Veterans Whiskey of the month, first Saturday of the month, Veterans live stream. So we've got that coming up.
Yeah.
Even sooner than that. Nope, right after that, actually. So if you guys are not tracking, next month, June 16th or 15th, 14th, it's the 250th anniversary of the Army. And so the Army's birthday, 250 years next month. And so there's going to be the largest parade in the Army's history in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to be marching in that parade. So I'm going to be leaving for Washington,
awesome.
D.C. in about 10 days, something like that. And I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. for 8 days doing rehearsals and all kinds of other Army nonsense. And I'm going to be part of the biggest parade in the United States Army's history. And so if you get a chance to watch that live, look out for me in uniform, marching along and doing all that stuff. And so that's a pretty significant big deal coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, we will 100% be watching that, Mark. That's awesome. I had no idea you were going for that.
I'm going to be in the parade. Yes.
Yeah. And guys, don't sleep on the veteran live stream. First Saturday of every month. Can confirm it is a great time. The videos are amazing. You probably cry.
I cry almost every month.
I do frequently.
This next month for me is significant. We do an honor the fallen. One of probably my best friend of the past 10 years. He passed in June a couple of years back, and so just show up, support Mark, watch the videos. It's a good time. Do the push-ups.
I've
And I
definitely gotten
appreciate you,
stronger
Troy.
watching these.
Yeah, I got your message, Troy. It was really heartfelt. It really touched me. I didn't know what to say in response because I was so moved by what you wrote and the pictures you sent me. Um, I'm just I'm sorry for your loss, buddy. I know how you feel.
Yeah, it was a rough loss.
Gonna make me cry now too. Okay, well let's do our final giveaway, so I can not cry. Carefully.
Super chats, y'all.
Okay, super chats. We had Piper John, Jeremy Dirks, Scott, Rye Guy, Gandy Road, Silly Yorkie, Mark Gale, Top Dog, Rusty, Dave V, Michael Bortner, JL, Canadian Chris, Jeremy Dirks, Taste and Sensibility, Mr. Richie J, Show Me the Proof, Rob, and Old Fashioned Ways. So I believe that was everyone. And I am going to shuffle it 3 times because that's what I always do. And then we will spin it and give away this last
Wild turkey.
wild turkey flight.
Hold on. Did you get Old Fashioned Ways?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did.
I thought that just popped up.
Thanks, Troy.
It just got big all of a sudden.
You opened your eyes. Okay, we're spinning.
I opened my eyes.
Yeah, you opened them. Okay, so it is going to Gandy Road. Enjoy the samples. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Dude, you could not have sent that to a better dude. Ron, Gandy Road, awesome dude.
One of the nicest people supporting Whiskey Tube. Already working on his blend for Blend Vent coming up. He's several months early.
Yeah, because we haven't even announced it or
Nope.
even come up with the rules yet. So,
But he's working on it already.
what are we? Hangout.
All right, we're going to drop a link in the chat. So we do our hangout on Google Meet because we can have more than 10 people
Nice.
come and hang out with us.
JD, I am writing that down in my notes so I don't forget it later. JD said there's a 250th anniversary release from Green River. I know that Horse Soldier is putting one out, and you guys know I freaking love Horse Soldier. They're freaking heroes, legends, and they are putting out a 250th anniversary bottle. But Green River is also doing one, so I gotta put down in my notes to look into buying that.
I'm sure that Horse Soldier one is going to be fantastic. That 10-year they had was just amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
So I'm sure this one will be great as well.
Vince is going to be up at the Vancouver Barracks Exchange on the 7th.
Is that when they finally get their pick that they did?
The pick is in. They're holding it until he's there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. I met up with him at the Class 6 the other day and got to have a drink with him. And
Awesome.
And he gave me the most recent 250th, or I mean not 250th, the most recent single barrel pick. And I just released a review of it earlier. It was yesterday. I did a review of the most recent Horse Soldier pick.
Nice.
Yeah, I watched that, and you put so much information into like 3 minutes.
It was 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
had all like the graphics of the notes and stuff on there. It was a good video. I liked it a
thanks.
lot.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right,
but
Mark,
yeah, if you guys see one of those 10-year Horse Soldier picks, don't sleep on it. I know it's a big price tag; it's $120, but they are phenomenal.
Yeah, he ain't kidding. We've probably got 6 samples of different bottles that people have got around the country.
Yeah.
One of these nights, we're gonna do them all on a live stream.
Ooh,
okay.
that'd be fun.
We can
Yeah.
we
Because
can find
I
who got the best one.
Yes.
Yeah, let me know when you do that, because I still haven't tried the new single barrel versus the first single barrel. Because the single barrel that came out a few months ago is sold out, so you can't get it anymore. And I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, and I was like, "Fuck! I should have bought a second bottle of it." And this new one, the dark chocolate note in the finish, they didn't have that one on the first one, so I want to try them side by side.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds great. Do we have anything else we want to add before we finish?
Mark, it's been, as always, it's been a pleasure. We absolutely love hanging out with you, doing these streams with you. Every one of this is like our third or fourth one. They've all been so much fun.
Only that many? Are you sure?
I mean, maybe it's been more, but they're every one of them has been a blast.
Yeah.
I think that people loved it. We had 90 people watching at one point.
Yep, that was
That was
awesome.
great.
Super awesome.
I think people are jumping over to the
Did you
the Google
you
Meet.
put the link in?
I did put the link. I'll put it again. I also posted it in the description of this video in case someone wants to, a half an hour from now come back and hang out with us. It's in the description of the video, so you can do that as well. We are going to end the live stream now, and then we're gonna hop over into that Google Meet and hang out with whoever shows up.
Thanks
Roger
everybody
that.
for joining us tonight. Hope you were entertained, and we will see you backstage for more shenanigans.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Have a good night.